August 26th. And could we please call, or have roll call, please?
Higgins. Matten.
Here.
O'Day.
Here.
England.
Here. Everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve today's agenda as is presented.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any other comments? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That is approved. All right, morning.
I went to the wrong spot.
You were here in spirit. I
was
knew you
here.
were, yeah.
I was there.
Glad to see you made it, Mike. All good. All right, we will move on to the consent calendar. Notice to public, all matters listed are considered routine by the commission and will all be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless good cause is shown prior to the time the commission votes on the motion to be adopted by roll call. We have the approval of minutes, approval of the bills, and approval of save the date invitation to the commissioners and council members to attend MMUA's Governance and Action Training on January 23rd, 2026. Is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, roll call, please.
Higgins.
Yes.
Matten.
Yes.
O'Day.
Yes.
England.
Yes, that motion passes. All right, we will move on to something pretty exciting here. So the presentation of the Tower Award. Mr. Mayor.
Well, since we're on camera, I'll switch around this way and we'll see if we can't see you guys and speak and see. Here, we'll do this. How about this? Put these guys behind me. They're not that important. The Tower Award is an award that we give out from the city a couple times a year. And we're really lucky when we get that opportunity to do so because it's something that we take very serious and something that we feel is very important. And today, I have the honor of presenting this Tower Award to Kelly Dean with the Public Utilities Department. If you'd like to step up here real quick, I'm going to embarrass you just a little bit.
Speech.
So first and foremost, just under 28 years.
Yeah.
I think we're going to end up 1 month shy of 28 years, which is incredible. One of the things I always talk about as the mayor and as someone that loves this city is we want to be a place that people want to continue to work for. And when we see people that have stuck it out for so long in jobs that are not always the most appreciated and sometimes difficult, it's super exciting to see that happen. And so I always like to ask, I always say, anybody got a good little story that I can share? And I'm going to embarrass you real quick. Because the story I was told is that you yourself had told someone this, that there was a time in which you had a fellow employee that was a little stressed out, a little down on their luck, a little agitated, and you said, "We got to just roll with it." Yeah. And then proceeded to roll down the hallway to cheer them up. Now, when I heard that, I went straight to our IT department and I said, "You got to get me that footage." And thankfully, Max, pull up the footage for us.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. We don't have we don't have that. But just on behalf of the BPU Commission, on behalf of the entire city of Brainerd, I just want to thank you for your service to the city of Brainerd and to the residents of our area. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got to get one photo. Got to get one photo real quick. Absolutely.
And it's been a privilege to work for the city of Brainerd and all the customers. It's really been enjoyable. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay.
You may now complete your business.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations, and thank you very much for all your hard work. Okay, we will move on to public forum. This is time allocated for citizens to bring matters not on the agenda to the attention of the commission, and time limits may be imposed. Is there anyone here for public forum that would like to speak? Anybody online that would like to speak? Okay, seeing none, hearing none, we will then move on to the commission committee reports, starting off with Personnel Committee.
We did not meet for any reason, so there will be nothing to report this month.
Okay. And as far as other personnel items that may be of relevance to speak to, looking at Danny and Charlie, maybe, should we just speak to that now? Does that make sense?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to inform you with regret that Eric Klein has submitted his resignation. His last day will be September 19th. So I'm requesting a meeting with the personnel to kind of go over what we want to try to look at and how we want to backfill that position.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. And it'd be great, we could then have Mr. Broyles and Ms. Schubert there as well. And that way we can all have a good conversation and think of some plans for moving forward. Okay, sounds great. Anything else from Personnel Committee side of things? Okay, nothing? All right. Okay, Finance and Operations Committee.
We have nothing.
You have nothing. All right. We'll move on to unfinished business, and we'll discuss the attached memo. Does anybody have any questions for staff regarding any unfinished business? Yes, Danny.
I guess I'd just like to update the commission. We did kind of reorganize the memo. You'll see that as you look through it. So we reorganized the memo to reflect the areas that have kind of received the most recent activity, not maybe based on what's most important, as everything is important. So we are working on all topics, but wanted to reiterate those changes. So you'll see that kind of change. That was the priorities over the last few weeks here as we worked through it. A couple things to bring to commission's attention. So staff have met with Block Metrics. We did inform them that anything they'd like to get to commission was due by end of day Thursday and had received no response. The ClimaVision contract, we are working with ClimaVision. That's going through legal review. So that is on with Mr. Langle at this point, and that's going through his review. The hydro generation updates with the change in technologies, Bar Engineering is still working through the cost estimates and changes to the civil work that would need to be done to change either the draft tube or the hydro facility to take on the new technology. We're still awaiting those updates. The reclamation and backwash project for the construction management at risk is out for RFP. So that is, we're looking for a request for proposals. Those are due back to staff September 4th, 2025. As of to date, I have not received any proposals. And the rewriting of the Brainerd City Code, which we talked about at last meeting, that 705, that has gone through staff's review. It is, Community Director Kramvik had it, it's reviewed it. It's now ready for legal review, and that is the process where we're at now.
Great.
I guess, James, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I'll just add, most likely have Joe review it, and then we believe that it'd probably be at the next meeting that the Public Utilities Commission would give their review and potential recommendation to City Council. And so what we did on this one is, because it's a lengthy one, is we're looking to repeal and replace the entire 705. It's just one paragraph essentially with the new ordinance, and then we drafted also a summary resolution allowing a summary publication of it within the paper, so that'll be there for review as well.
Last update for commission is that we did move the electric transmission service to Brainerd from the unfinished business to completed, because we received response from them. They're looking for we're going to either move forward with an interconnection study or considerations on if we're going to build capacity or not. And that would be up to commission on if we want to move forward with that. But that is the next steps there that we would need. And staff will answer any questions.
I just have the one question, going back to our item number 1. So the no response from them, does that mean we just don't have a contract? Is this just a dead issue, or are they in default? I guess I'm not clear as to where we're at with this. I mean, no contract, no promises.
I'm at the understanding that we do not have a signed contract, and that is up for commission on the next steps. I can lean on Broyles, or Community Development Director Kramvik, as they were at the meeting, as to what their interpretation was, but that is where I was at. I did speak with the attorney, and she said if there was really no response, that might be your response.
Okay. So we could move forward with finding somebody else if need be? Or continuing to increase JFK's current load?
Commissioner, those are great questions, and I think we need to do a little bit more homework. We need to just make sure we proceed properly legally, so the city is protected. But Danny's right, we do not have a contract. The ball is in their court right now. We proposed a contract. They did not like some of the language. We asked them for some suggested language in return. We haven't received that, so great questions. I can kind of see where you're going with this, but I think we need to probably have some more conversations with our legal team just to make sure that we're doing things properly.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And then, yeah, thanks for referencing the electric transmission service. I saw that was on the completed, but, so that was Minnesota Power getting back to us about the
Correct.
two next steps? Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. Did they give any time frame on that at all?
The ball's in our court if we want to invest into that transmission study. So I can bring more back numbers, what that would look like. I think there's also, if we want to develop our own capacity plan, look, a long-range plan too, is a conversation we could have.
Okay. Is that something that would happen in a committee meeting maybe with operations, finance, or what do you think?
I think, yes, either one of those could take it up and start it there.
Okay.
And move it forward from there.
Okay. All right. Any other comments or questions with unfinished business? Okay. Then we have credit card processing. Danny?
Thank you, Mr. President. So, long time coming. We've been researching credit card processing fees, the credit card processing transactions, a lot of items over the last year. We requested quotes for processing, so our current provider, Global Payments, had increased their fees in February. We moved forward at that time to look at other options. We requested quotes from 4 providers. One of the providers was not able to integrate or continue with our software, so they were not presented. They withdrew their quote. So the 3 quotes that were asked for in May and June, we led to presentations from Invoice Cloud, Tyler Payments, and Global, all provided demos to the staff. Global is our current provider. They were the ones that increased their costs, which then narrowed it down to Invoice Cloud and Tyler Payments. We requested quotes from both of them. We received quotes from both of them. What is presented is the quotes that we had at the time of the request. In talking and coordinating with the IT department, staff is recommending moving forward with Tyler Payments based on the annual fees to BPU and the implementation that it would be required from the IT integration perspective. Subsequent, just for full disclosure, subsequent to the packet going out, Invoice Cloud did reach out to us and submit a revised quote, which reduced the annual fees to BPU for $0, just to make that aware of commission. I do see that Invoice Cloud is online if commission had any questions for them. I will answer any questions.
I only have one question, may I? Is this subject to go up year after year after year, as far as their percentage? Just out of curiosity, I mean, every year is it going to go up, a tenth of a percent, or I mean, is that in the quote
The quote was a price freeze for a year.
per year?
With the
Regarding the Invoice Cloud contract, it is a 5-year term at the 2.95%. So
Thank you.
That is a-
Mike, you have something?
Are the, so is it a 1-year term or a 5-year term with Tyler? Do you know?
Tyler has not raised their rates in 5 years, so they've been maintained, but they have not stated a
In the
term.
contract, is there a term though? Is it
not.
So it's year to year, basically a year to year renewal?
Global's is month to month.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, I don't like, when I have vendors come back after the fact and rebid things. So it would be, I would like to see us go with Tyler Payments for a year. And then if we want to put an RFP out for everybody to look at it again, that's what I would suggest.
Okay. Any other comments, commissioners?
I agree with Mike. I still think Tyler Payments is the one to go with.
You want a motion?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we go with Tyler Payments for a year.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there is a second. Discussion?
Is there any possibility that we can extend that beyond 1 year? Tell them we want a 3-year, or? I don't want to have to do this every year.
I can ask.
Well, I won't be here next year, but you guys don't want to.
Well, it's something we're doing that's new, correct? Passing this on to the customer.
Correct.
So I guess in my world, let's do it for a year and try it, and then I bet we'll learn a lot. And then after a year, we'll know if we want to go with somebody for 5 years, and we can probably put that in the RFP that we're looking for a 5-year deal with somebody, so we don't have to deal with it, would be my comment.
Makes sense.
Ellie?
Well, I'm just concerned with the per transaction fee. I mean, there's, you know, it's $1.20 and $1.25 compared to nothing and 95 cents. Those add up, and I'm a little leery about jumping onto Tyler when, you know, I get what you're saying, Commissioner Higgins, but, you know, I guess my question is if this is the case and they've adjusted in either one of them, or can either one of them adjust it and do a best and final by next month? I guess my question is if we're looking for the best deal, and one has already moved a little bit to be a little bit more competitive, what would be the hurry to do it this month if there is an opportunity to reduce costs to the consumer? So that's my only concern. I think these per transaction fees will definitely add up over time, and they were so close, total cost to the customer, they were so close, without even the annual fee being adjusted at this point. I'd like to see what it would look like with this new adjustment, yeah.
The annual fee is BPU's cost. Those transaction fees that you're referring to will be passed on to the customer.
Right, so 0 compared to $1.20 per transaction fee, that does add up. So that's my only concern, but I'm willing to do it if you guys want to move forward with it. I think we're.
And I totally appreciate your comments, Commissioner Matt, and to me, it's like, it's 1 year. I mean, I think if we sign this now and we show our vendors that are bidding this, that we're not gonna mess around, we're not gonna keep kicking the can down the road, and we're gonna play games, maybe next year when they go to rebid it, they'll give us their low price first, and we're not wasting a bunch of time and energy talking about it. So that's just how I do business. But I mean, when I talked to Danny about this morning, it's like, you know, yeah, of course I want to go with the best deal and the cheaper price, but on the other hand, sometimes you pay a little more and we get a better deal we go with the 5-year term with somebody later and we can get a better deal for our customers. But I don't disagree with what you said.
Yes, Mr. Chezak.
May I ask, kind of clarity on this for me anyway? So with this fee, whatever is determined, that's coming out of each account as they pay on their credit card to subsidy or reimburse utilities for the amount we pay now. I mean, we're paying on each transaction, and we're upwards of $500,000 a year, I think it was. Is that correct?
North of $500,000. It's between
Okay.
$500,000 and.
So this will not cover all of that, right?
This will. We're going to fully pass this on to the customer, so it would not be coming out of BPU's pocket.
Okay, but it's each account, so there are other options for people to pay though besides their credit card, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that answers my question. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to new business. Discuss reliability report. Mr. Hawkinson.
Thank you. This is a benchmark report that we've been doing since about 2017. I have brought this to the commission in the past, but it's been a little while since maybe some of you have seen it. This is going to go back to basically benchmarking our reliability from January 1st of 24 to December 31st of 24. So it's a full year. Really what we're going for here is we're basing it off of benchmarks of other utilities, but we're putting in all of our outages. So when you read through the packet, you'll see this part where it talks about major events. So some of these brackets look a little bit different as we benchmark towards other utilities. The biggest numbers that I think that really for you guys to review in this report is our major event threshold being at just under 42 minutes, which means that on average, all of our outages are restored within 42 minutes. That's a remarkable number and something we're proud of, and that's something we strive for every year. So that's going to relate back to our advanced metering, things that we do of those natures, so we can get our crews dispatched to the outages as quick as possible, and then understanding our system well, so we can take a customer outage of 1,000, reduce that down to 200 quickly, and lower those numbers as we move through it. The other thing that I'll note on here is our reliability. We're coming in at 99.981. That's pretty good. If you base that out on an average, that's basically each one of our customers, if you spread it across our entire distribution system, would see one outage a year for less than an hour. Those are pretty good numbers. Obviously, we have some spots that have more outages than others, but all in all, this is really, it's a good mark for the utility on the electric side for sure. I'll leave it at that. If you got any questions, I know it's acronym soup, so I'd be happy to sit down with anybody after if they want to talk more about it or have more questions. Feel free to look me up.
Yeah, thank you. Certainly good news out of this report, so job well done. Any questions for Trent? I will follow up with you. It's interesting, and just the things that you see, like with underground being a cause, is that construction related? Is that just things that happen? So I think it's great information, and just for me personally, I think I will follow up with you, but.
Yeah, I think what you'll see in the end of the operations report each month too is our outages each month, so that'll kind of help you understand what happened, where they were, how long they were.
Did customers ever ask for that? Potential future customers?
I have distributed this out to larger commercial customers when they come and ask about how we do. This is a document that I'm happy to share.
We should post it on our website.
We absolutely could do that, yes.
Beautiful. I love that idea.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you very much, Trent. All right, we'll move into staff reports. City Administrator report, Mr. Broyles.
Thank you, Mr. President. My written memo is attached. I just wanted to talk about one thing specifically and then open it up for questions. The Charter Commission, at the request of the City Council, the Charter Commission met last week. As you're all well aware, the City Council adopted a resolution essentially interpreting Chapter 5, Section 4 of the Charter. The Charter Commission wants to consider some language to codify that intent, that resolution in the Charter. That was number one. Number two, they want to look at some suggested language for combining all of sanitary within the same department. And then number three, to use kind of a surgeon's analogy, once we have the body open, is there anything else you want to take a look at in the Charter? They did mention one other thing, and it was fairly benign. It was more semantics. And I don't even recall, it wasn't in Chapter 5. It might have been in Chapter 5, but it was just semantics and related to some language about the utility and the light department or something. I'll look back at my notes, but the Charter Commission did ask for staff to recommend some language and bring it back to the Charter Commission within 30 days. And again, we met last week, so we'll meet that requirement. We'll visit with the Charter Commission again here in the next few weeks with some ideas, and then the Charter Commission will presumably come up with some language that they like, vote on it, and that'll go to City Council for their consideration. Other than that, I'm open to any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Nick, how many people are on the Charter Commission and how many attended? And was that on video? Do you know? meeting?
I'm looking from actually the video. I'm not, I think it probably was. Sean's giving me a yes. So yes, it was on video. There are 7 positions on the Charter Commission. There's only 3 that are currently filled. It's James Norwood, Jan Lambert, and Andrew Scheip. And all 3 were in attendance at the Charter Commission meeting last week.
Did our council liaison show up?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelly Bevins is our council liaison, and he was there as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Any other questions for City Administrator Broyles? Okay, thank you. City Council Liaison Report, Mr. Chezak.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Okay, any questions for City Liaison?
I just had one thing though for our finance director on this. I know these reports coming up here, but are we budgeting for revenue on this credit card deal? Has that been worked in yet?
We currently have budgeted revenue for that in this year's budget, undetermined for next year's budget at this time.
Will it be a reduction in expense too, though?
Correct. Yep.
All right, HR Director Report. Chris?
So in the packet is my written report. In addition, I just have a question. Charlie had talked about Mr. Klein's resignation, and when I talked to him briefly about it yesterday, he had mentioned that he planned to backfill that position with a laborer like we had done before. If that is still your intent, Charlie, I'm wondering to expedite the hiring process, if we just ask the commission if they would bless that today so that we could keep doing that and move forward. Otherwise, we'll wait 2 weeks for the next council meeting. As far as the retirement, I know that we're talking about some additional things there. So I really would like the personnel committee to meet for that one. But I'm wondering on Mr. Klein if they need to, Charlie. I'm looking for you for guidance.
Yeah, and real quick in that discussion, backfilling position, I would like to go through the meeting and try to look at what the future might look like and how we need to, build our team for the future. So I'd just like to sit down and have a quick meeting before he graciously gave us 1 month. So that was very nice of him personally to do that. And so it gives us a little bit of time to really put the pieces together to make a good model going forward.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, great question, thank you. Okay, no other comments other than that, Chris? Okay, any questions for HR Director?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, yep.
Are you still looking for the commission's consent to move forward, or is it Charlie's answer give you some hesitation on that?
If Charlie wants to meet with the personnel committee, he should meet with the personnel committee.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Higgins?
Do we do exit interviews when people leave?
If I can reply.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It depends on the situation and why someone's leaving. This person, from what I was told, was searched out from another community, and they really wanted to hire him. So we're losing a very good guy. I wish we could keep him. I'll talk to Charlie if he'd like me to do an exit interview, but we don't do them all the time, but we definitely do them sometimes.
I would like to see an exit interview on this employee,
Okay.
if that's okay.
We will get that done.
Thank you.
Good question, Mike. All right, anything else? Okay, thank you. Finance Manager Report.
Thank you.
Danny. Sorry, should have been more specific.
So a couple things to add in conjunction with my report. I noticed that under the continued projects, the final sentence got cut off. So the rotary solar project, the final cost for that has not changed from what was approved by commission last July of '24. So that is still moving forward. That's going through the council process. The Finance Committee, we've discussed, we're going to try to meet next week or in the next 2 weeks to start discussing budget items. And Sean, before the meeting, was able to give me updated numbers on the IT integration costs and the rollout of the new computers. We were originally thinking that was going to be closer to around the $90,000. It's actually going to be under $55,000. So just for commission's consideration. Nothing further to add. I'll answer any questions.
Yes.
I only
Yes,
have one
Donna.
question. What in the Rotary Solar project was determined that it no longer needs to require commission approval? I think the last time that a contract initially came to us, it was very one-sided, and and then it seemed like our budget, the cost for that project exceeded what we were initially thought it was gonna be 4 years ago. So I'm just wondering, at what point does it go from it no longer needs to come to you to view it, to,
It's a city building that they're putting the solar on, so it needs to go through the Parks and City Council for that approval.
but the money's coming out of
But-
BPU's budget, so I'm just wondering if you're saying that dollar amount hasn't changed at all? And I beg to question that. I mean, over just in the course of 2 years, how much things have increased in cost for construction, so I'm really curious how that has remained the same.
The total construction cost I saw in the contract was the same total construction cost that was approved by commission last July of '24.
Okay. Yes, Mike.
Are you specifically asking why the commission hasn't received that proposal, or the dollar amount, why the dollar amount has not changed?
Well, two things. From memory, if memory serves me right, there was a lot of things that were very one-sided in there, that was the contractor that we were gonna be using. I don't know that it went out for RFP. I think that was the one that they chose to use, that if there were any legal issues, that it was gonna be taken up in courts in St. Louis County. I mean, it was just very one-sided.
Right.
So, and then the cost, and I remember Trent had brought up a couple of things about just the cost of the construction at that point. That was a year or two ago. I just can't believe that the cost has remained the same. If it has, great, but I mean, at the time we initially did that, it was 25,000, then it went up to 30, and you're saying that it hasn't changed since then?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
all right.
Yeah.
I just find
The
it,
individual came in yesterday and reviewed the contract. Danny and I have been working with our legal, with Joe, and he's indicated the Rotary now is in there to sign, and we've added more individuals to sign that document, because like the city of Las Vegas, or Brainerd was not even on there. So Joe was helping us with that verbiage.
you're still in Las Vegas, Mike.
I know,
You
sorry.
said that a few
When I
times
get
at council,
speaking
too. You know, that's funny.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
Wayne Newton, look at him.
All right, thanks, Danny. All right, moving on to Operations Manager report. Trent, you're up again.
Thank you. This was really a stab at trying to compare our renewables to our overall load, something that commissions had asked us for, and we wanted to give you a couple different examples of how we can prepare something like this and to see if it's something you'd like to see on a monthly basis. These are all going to be back just from July of '25 numbers. So I think the interesting part of some of this is if we continue to look at these on a monthly basis, you will see, especially like in the 22nd to like the 29th up there, where the solar and the hydro kind of meet in a line. As summer gets shorter, hydro will start to outrun that solar, and I think it's something that's beneficial for you guys to kind of see, to understand that relationship with the renewables and how the reliability of that is. We can certainly put this on a yearly thing too, so we can see it as that looks out as a year too. We just wanted to throw a couple comparisons together on this to kind of get your general feeling of what you liked about it and give you some stats on where we're sitting today currently as April of 2025 is considered.
Go ahead.
I just think, it's so funny. I just think this was a great SMART goal. It's a measurable thing that we can actually see, view, feel, and touch. And I think when a consumer sees that, when our state representatives see what we're trying to at least accomplish, this speaks volumes. I just absolutely loved. I even put nicely done, Trent. I think that this report was fantastic, and I think the more eyeballs on this is where you should be bragging a little bit. This is when we talk about marketing BPU and the efforts that we try to continue to do. This is what this is what people should be seeing. So I think that was fantastic.
In full disclosure, it takes a village, so I had lots of staff help me with this. So this is not just a trend show by no means.
Understandably so, but yes, I think it's staff-wise, employee-wise, I think it's fantastic. Just wanted to.
I couldn't agree more, yeah. I couldn't agree more, and I think it would be, and use color and pictures, which I appreciate, so I could understand it. But I think another thing that'd be really interesting just for our legislators to see, and even our customers, is just the investment, the cost, and for each type of renewable energy. I remember Tad Johnson always talking about this, what's going to be our best return on investment. And so that might be another interesting statistic that we could potentially incorporate into this. We don't have to do that now, but that's also just a really interesting piece to that. And then as we look ahead to the investment we would potentially make into hydro or another solar project, what's going to be the best bang for our buck. But I agree, great job.
Is there a particular graph in here that you would like to see monthly, or is this maybe more of an annual thing, or?
I like this one.
Now that the spreadsheets are built, it's relatively easier for us to add the data into them, so it's not a heavy lift to do one monthly, but I'll leave it to your discretion.
It's the peak shaving too. I mean, how is this helping us with the load that we experience in the July and summer months? So, there's so many different things that we really go with this, but I think this is a great place to start, great information, but maybe give us some time to think about it.
Absolutely, yep. As far as that goes, just a quick update. If you happen to be driving down Washington Street last night, going around the intersection of Chippewa, you would have seen quite a few BPU staff out there working. We did have a water line leaking out there. It was an abandoned line to a property that we're not sure how long it's been vacant for. We were able to dig down into Washington Street and make those repairs last night, but long nights makes for short days, so. End of report.
All right, any questions for Trent? Well, make sure to send a thanks along to everybody working late hours.
Absolutely will.
Yeah. Okay, wastewater manager report. Charlie.
A few highlights. We're going to be stepping into September 1st, becoming the land application cropping year for 26. So if you're not familiar with that, that begins in September of the year. So we'll be starting to get prepared for that. Right now, with a short period of time from the last report to this report, we got down to livable levels within that time frame. So about 450,000 gallons of storage. Approximately 250 to 300,000 per month we produce, so we'll be there shortly. So we'll be preparing for that. The loss of one operator, very energetic operator and willing to go the mile, is going to be a very sore position to fill. When we look at the drinking water standards and lead and copper, we had gotten reduced for this last go-around, had to be due in before September 1st. We did our 30, we were waiting on test results for that. Hopefully we can hang on to the corrosion control and move forward with reductions. Some of the things, looking at our graphs and trying to put in, so a picture says 1,000 words, and our liaison has a hard time. So hopefully, if there's any input or any ways that we can do better in a verbiage that Jeff can follow along with us, I would like that comment from Jeff, if you can.
Well, your explanation is sometimes harder than a picture, Charlie.
I understand that. I do. And trust me, I've got to pick them words from the reader that's telling me. So I'm hoping I'm painting a picture somewhat that you understand from one year to the next. I got you, Jeff. Thank you.
Brought it up.
I know. I asked for it. So I'm willing to give it back, though. So we're understanding each other. But, looking at the graphs and stuff, I really do appreciate Jeff's input. And I would really like him to have any comments. I can do it afterwards, or any way I can serve better. Appreciate your time, and thank you.
All right, any questions for Charlie? Thanks, Charlie. All right, moving on to commission member reports. Mike, you got anything today?
I got nothing, thanks.
Art? Okay, Dolly?
I just wanted to extend a thank you to those that did come to our Housing Summit on August 6th. It was very informative, and I really appreciated those that attended to be able to hear the message. Something I learned from one of our agents the other day was some of the communities, and I don't encourage this, but some of the communities are requiring, there's a city ordinances in a few of them, and I'll get you the city names, but they're requiring cammering of all wastewater lines coming out of properties before the properties get transferred to the next person. I know that can be very expensive, but they're trying to, reduce trying to understand any of the, things that are impacting their water treatment facility as well. So I thought that was an interesting concept, when we talk about the lead service lines and the disclosure piece of it, that this is also part of it too. And I don't know that we have that issue, nor would I encourage it, because it is an expensive test to run, but it was interesting to me. So, but that's all I have. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, and I don't have anything for today. Motion to adjourn, and just so that we're all clear, we will be adjourning to the meeting this Thursday night at 5:30, Joint Wastewater Commission, or Joint Wastewater Management Board. Thank you very much. And that will be at the Capital Investment Committee, so that'll be a presentation by our one and only, right? Okay, thank you for doing that. And then also on September 23rd, what do we have there?
I can speak to that, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
thank you.
So on September 23rd, the Minnesota House of Representatives is hearing presentations on their bonding bill for the Minnesota House's Capital Investment Committee. So it's a 5 to 10 minute presentation. I didn't know if commissioners wanted to be in attendance or if there's going to be a quorum, so I brought it forward for consideration.
I think that'd be great. Is that the Capital Investment Committee? Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. Okay. So that's on September 23rd. So we'll be adjourning to those two. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for everybody's time.
I don't know how you get these done in less than an